Can't quite hear if there are roamers coming by. Oh, this is sand. It's not what I need. Also, Zoe, thank you so much for that gift. That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you very much for the generosity there. Thank you very, very much indeed. Right, we need clay, not sand. I am freezing, it is true. But it's fine. That is so incredibly generous of you. Thank you so, so much. Let's get back. Whoop. Oh, one more thing I need to do. There we go. Damn it. Let me up. Alright. Once again. Donk. Now, this is where I fail. I'll fall on the spikes and die. Oh, I was prepared for that. I was honestly like, yep, this is absolutely going to be what happens. I'm going to die getting into my bloody horde base. That would be the most Aavak thing that could possibly happen right now. I also need to seal off those points. We'll just go ahead with half blocks, I think. Ultimately, there's no reason for anything else right now. Let's get those in place. Thank you. Later on, we'll put something really nice there, but for the time being, this will do. We are actually going to want just a little bit more, because if those corner blocks get taken out, it will actually drop the entire thing on us. The entire structure, like the roof, is only attached with those corner blocks in this center one. I guess the center one would be able to hold it, but for the time being, we'll just pop those in there. Where are you? Yay! I guess we didn't need to choose between archery and everything else. We can have both. Why not both? Okay. Oh, it's just a matter of time. We're warming up nicely. Oh, okay then, chat. Place your bets. There are 3 outcomes of this. 1, I die. 2, I survive, no trouble. And 3, I have to abandon the base, but I still survive. I've still got to make a primitive bow. I would need bow parts to make a wooden bow, unfortunately. But honestly, at that point, I'd probably go for a crossbow. I'd probably switch out from using arrows to that. We need a bunch of things. We need the way to stop bleeding. That doesn't require a lot of healing. I need full satiety. That should be good enough. I want Grandpa's moonshine. If I have to deal with melee, that is being chugged. That's the way that's gonna work. But hopefully we don't need to. I've got 4 jars of honey as well, just in case. Is everything loaded? It's loaded. That it's not. Let's reload it. Okay. Time for fun. Where are they coming from? Keep your eyes open, chat. Oh, hello. A bad shot. Really? You're already dead? Oh, really? Between the legs? In the head? Just want to do a bit of damage right now. Weaken them a bit. They're dying to my traps as is. But the downside of that is I'm not getting the XP for it. Good. I'll get those kill shots where I can in order to get the EXP. Because they're taking damage every second that they're in contact with those traps. Okay, come from over here now. They're a bit unhappy that they can't get to me. And the way it's set now is if they lose path, then it causes like an AoE effect on their desire to just smash stuff. So if one zombie loses pathing, it's potential that all of the zombies around them will suddenly just start to wail on any structure they can get near. So that's why we're seeing what's happening right now. What's this telling me is I need some more spikes around my structure for getting up here. Or just not have one. I could just pillar up using frames. It feels cheap though. I mean, I say that while I've got this defense where they can't easily get to me. Guess another thing I could do is have a door down there that encourages them to try and get up to me. On the plus side, we are getting a lot more experience this way. Ooh, colourful. I do apologise if I'm missing anything in chat right now. Just focusing on the fight. Right now, unless they send something at me that can attack at range, I'm probably okay. Oh, this item needs repairs. Okay then. To the blunderbuss we go. Why am I even trying to zoom in? Like, what a ridiculous thing to do with a blunderbuss. Also, being able to get down a little bit lower would afford me the opportunity to gather more of the loot. Come over this way. Come on. Got far less 7.62 ammo than I have the capacity to build blunderbuss shot. Is that it? Are we really through it before midnight? All of that prep work? Are we still gonna have trickle zombies? used to be a thing. I should not be down here without a functioning bow. But my loot sense demands. Oh no. More honey. Nice. Some boots, some food. Alright, well, I feel that went about as well as it could have gone. We're going to need to protect this place a bit better, though. It's the first Horde night. It's going to be easy. Well, that's not always true, though, Annie. It's based on your game stage. And if you've played well, then it can be still quite difficult. But I'm really surprised that was over with. Within, like, by midnight. Like, I'm really surprised by that. Thank you. The candles are a nice touch. It does mean we could have afforded more archers. And we will. Don't worry, chat. We will. I promise. Why did they get more red when the moon went behind the clouds, as opposed to when the moon was partially visible? That doesn't make much sense. Okay, well we're going to need an awful lot of metal to replace those spikes every time, but that worked out okay. Travinx, thank you very much for the tier 3 sub. 5 months in a row. Thank you so, so much. Easy question. The clouds are red. What? I've got nothing. Yeah, fair enough. Good point. Is there a lore reason for the Horde Nights? Not really, from what I understand. It's just the blood moon, the red moon drives them insane, effectively. But as for a lore reason, I don't know. I don't know on that one. Big no. I have no idea. In terms of a lore reason for the name of the game, I can tell you what that is. Originally, the idea was that if you got infected, you had exactly 7 days from the point of infection before you died to it. And so that's why it was called 7 Days to Die. But at this point, not really sure. But wow. So that was the Horde night, everyone. Our first Horde night. On the 8th day, it was as far back as it could be. And we did it right. I suspect the lore reason is the devs needed something to put a pressure on the player. And that's why there's a part of me that wants to try playing a 28 Days to Die version of this. Where you're not... actually, I'm going to keep that on. Hold on. You're not having to deal with Horde Nights. You're just trying to survive in the zombie apocalypse. But all the zombies are more aggressive and faster. You know, a la 28 Days to Die. 28 Days Later, sorry. I'm interested by the idea of that. I may well try that out. Oh, well, the lore reason is that the infection that was started at... I forget which one it was, but there's like 3 different kind of vectors for this infection. 3 unscrupulous large companies were doing dodgy stuff. And the infection, the virus got out. And you have 7 days from the point of the infection to find a cure, to get rid of it. I don't know if they were going to kind of go for like a sort of Subnautica thing, where you are infected, and it's not a simple case of you stop being infected when you're, when you take medicine or whatever. You need to fix this in a more permanent way. Or maybe it was a case of you can temporarily resolve it. You can push it back a little bit, get a bit more time. But the lore reason is the lore reason for the name is that the infection would kill you in 7 days. Hence the name. There we go. This vein is quite nice. Quite chunky vein, I think. you can absolutely change the game settings to make the zombies always be raging in feral. And that's what I was talking about right at the beginning of the stream. I was asking chat what they fancied, what kind of mood they were in. We would either go 28 days later sort of thing. And if we had a horde night, just because, you know, the game at this point has been increasingly balanced with the idea of having hordes, regular zombie hordes, as the sort of time pressure and the reason why you even bother building half of the stuff in your base anyway. We might have it every 28 days. By then, the hordes would be brutal because you're going to have such a high game stage, assuming you haven't been dying a lot to the regular zombies. Let's continue on. So this is what I was meaning earlier when I was saying, you know, most people seem to really underestimate how enormous the metal veins are in Drain Mode. Yeah, I am planning to Trivinix. Absolutely planning to. It probably would have been that, but a lot of my friends have been playing this recently, and it really gave me the itch to try it out and to see what Alpha 19 has brought. What changes? Yeah, Deathcrow. That would be effectively the 28 days later version of this. You make all zombies always run, at least run. Feral ones can sprint, for example, but all zombies always run all the time. But if you wanted the horde, you could make it so that it happened every 28 days instead. And that would probably work. It would probably be okay to do that. Meow chow. No, thank you. Yeah, a little bit concerned about the supports here. Not gonna lie. Starting to worry. May build some wooden frames to support it. Let's get... Well, let's go for 10. It's always good to have spare frames. Yeah, I've seen some people who have like a horde every night. That seems to be another nice variant on it. Again, it's just people trying to make the game more engaging over time. As they get better and better at the base game, it gets harder and harder to have as engaging an experience as the first time you play, basically. And I think everyone is trying to get back to that in some capacity or another. Ooh. Weird bells ringing. Not sure about this. 36 hours Horizon Zero Dawn stream tomorrow. No. It's Cass's birthday. How dare, Belial? How dare? Specifically, it's her birthday celebration tomorrow. How dare? My lord. Such a scallop. No. There's no way I could do a really, really long Horizon Zero Dawn stream. The reality there is, actually, I run out of disk space with big Horizon Zero Dawn streams. Because it's such a beautiful game, it is quite visually demanding on space for the files. Aavak is still streaming while I get ready for work. I hope you have a good day at work, mate. Did we get any level ups soon in that fight? No. Ouch. That's why I usually build a base that forces the zombies into a place where you can kill them. It's because if you don't have that, you miss out on all that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful EXP. Yikes. Big yikes there. Huge yikes. Annie knows the feel of repairing a horde base after a harrowing horde night. Yeah. Poor old Annie. I don't think I'm going to build a kill line like I did in the 17 base. It honestly is just too effective. It takes a lot of the fun out of the game. That being said, it may well not even work now, because I know they've been working on introducing changes to the way the zombies path around to try and make them a little bit more resistant to AI abuse like that. Okay, little by little, bit by bit. Again, there, please. Now, the nice thing about Post-horde night is pretty much you get a day off. It's a free day, effectively. You don't need to worry anymore. The zombies take a break and give you one too. See if I can't just clear this up so I can get a proper ladder going down here. Probably can't until I remove this. Okay. Well, we've got until I can get back out of my mine for the stream. And then we're going to wrap things up and see if there's anyone about who we can send a raid to. There we go. But I really enjoyed tonight. I would love to hear some feedback on if you enjoyed it as well. Specifically just me chilling out on 7 days. Just, you know, having a bit of banter, bit of building, bit of questing, so on and so forth. If there is a specific aspect of 7 days that you particularly liked, specifically in regards to building versus questing and the likes. Let's have a quick gander at this, though, in the light of day. See what it looks like. You know what? I think it looks nice. I think that actually genuinely looks nice. I am not unhappy with this. Yeah. I think that is actually quite a pretty looking base. All things considered. Yep. You enjoy watching my streams when I do stuff like this. I love how you build. It looks so amazing. Thank you. Well, it needs a little bit of repairs here and there. But yeah, I'm actually reasonably pleased with it. Reasonably pleased. Now, one thing you can do, you know, because if you make an AI, unless it is a strong AI, or a particularly in-depth, complicated AI, which is going to require significant CPU cycles, probably the sort of things that put it outside the reach of most games, it is going to be following some very basic rules on its behavior. And if you understand that behavior, you can work against it. The easiest workaround for this is you build a tower like this and then you erect dozens, nay, scores, probably more, of just fortified pillars all the way around your base. They just exist there to give the zombies something to attack when they can't get to you other than your main point of defense. And they will spend the whole night just railing on it. Now, guaranteed that they will break through it quickly, especially if there's a large horde of them. But, you know, you can even mitigate that to certain degrees by giving the paths things to try and get to so that it spreads them out a little bit more, so that they're never so clumped together that they get a massive benefit, like a demolition bonus. And in that way, you would very, very quickly thin the herd, be able to just snipe them from afar. Or if you were so inclined, just use lots of spike traps in amongst all of your pillars so that they were just killing themselves whilst they were impotently raging against stuff that didn't matter. There's lots of ways that you can abuse any kind of system with AI. It's whether that will give you satisfaction or not. Yeah, basically giving the zombies chew choice. That's effectively it, Darren. Pyramids have been patched. Understand that whenever there is a prevalent meta, it makes sense that the devs will try and patch it out because they want the game to be challenging. They want the game to be engaging. And the game where there's an obvious win button is not that. But again, like I said, no matter how good the AI you use, unless you're using an AI that is probably out of like reach in terms of cost for most games, there are going to be ways that you can flub it, the ways that you can force it. Yeah, we got some herbal meds, nice. I'll drop those in there. We've actually restocked our honey. I'm super stoked about that as it happens. But yeah, that's going to be it for tonight's stream. I super hope you enjoyed. Again, I really, really would love to hear any feedback regarding the type of content here that you enjoy, specifically for 7 Days to Die, because there is literally two types of gameplay: constant scavenging and questing, or base building. And you can marry the two together. You can kind of have a little bit of both, or some sort of mixture, more one, more the other. But those are the two main kind of game loops within the game, the broader game loop. And so I'm always interested in knowing how people feel about that one. Was enjoyable. Liked all aspects. I know that doesn't help much. No, I mean that means that I'm doing an okay job. But okay, right. So with that, we're going to be dropping a save right there. Well, actually, we don't drop a save. We just straight up exit out. Boom. And we're going to go over and find someone to raid. But if you are watching this in YouTube land, then the invitation for feedback extends to you as well, of course. These will be going up on my second channel. !archives to find out. Or you can just search YouTube for Aavak After Hours. And I will hopefully be seeing you for more 7 Days to Die fairly soon. But until then, take care, everyone.